What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about the Darkhold and how can you defeat them in a Cosmic Crucible. And of course this is not going to be a mirror match situation or using the unlimited X-Men. We are going to use an alternative team to beat the Darkhold. They are one of the strongest teams in the Cosmic Crucible defense, so the more tools that we have available the better for us, of course. And we are going to use an easy exploit that you can use when you are building up your team to increase your chances of success against this team. And we are also going to talk about different characters and their viability when we are facing the Darkhold. So as always, if you like the information on this video, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, so let's give a small introduction to the Darkhold and the strengths about them. They have a very strong matchup against controllers. So we want to reduce as much as possible the amount of controllers that we have. They are also somewhat faster when, depending on the teams that you are facing, especially if you are using mystic characters, they are going to be a lot faster. So you want to reduce as much as possible the number of mystic characters that you are using. And also they don't have many ways of clearing positive effects. They have Wong Basic, which is very good on that, but if you stop Wong or if you stop Morgan Le Fay from using their abilities, then they don't have many ways to clear negative effects. So we are going to take that into consideration when we are going to build our team in order to defeat this Darkhold team. And in terms of other things that we need to take into consideration is that we should use characters that have viability in other game modes and characters that are worth investing long term, that have big value in PvP, in games like Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, RTA and whatever, in order to capitalize on their value and double up when we are going to face the Darkhold, and also making sure that the investment was worth it. Okay, so let's start and talk about the characters that we are going to use on our team. Okay, so the first character that we'll use, and this is something that we have seen in the past, there are a few combos that work it out and I made videos about it, but now the relevance of the situation is a lot higher. And this is why we need to consolidate these ideas to make them as good as possible, because in the past we made this video, but right now it's not good anymore, but we'll talk about it. Okay, so the character that we need to begin with is Dormammu. Dormammu is here because he applies tons of negative effects to the enemies with his ultimate. He has the stun with trauma, and that's going to be very important for this matchup. Also because he gives 2 lives for everyone, so in Cosmic Crucible that's extremely important, unless it's on room 5. Okay, now the second character that we want is Kestrel. So you have seen maybe in the past, I have made videos about it, where you can use these 2 characters together with a Brotherhood and you can one-shot the Darkhold. The situation is that the Brotherhood, they are very expensive characters and they are not worth it in other game modes. So are you really going to get up the Brotherhood all the way to level 90 just for Cosmic Crucible? I don't think it's going to be a good investment. So we should look for characters that have use in other game modes as well. Okay, so those are going to be the core characters on our team. Now, the Darkhold, they are known for having a lot of resistance. So you have 2 things in. There are 2 things that you can make, or you lower their resistance or you increase your team's focus. And this is going to be the exploit that I'm going to show you on this video, is that if you use this character right here, Silver Surfer, you are going to do exactly those 2 things at the same time. If Silver Surfer has a Cosmic Hero ally, then he's going to give 50% more focus to all allies, even Dormammu. So if you have a Cosmic Hero ally, which we have Kestrel, then Silver Surfer is going to give 50% more focus to everyone else. On top of that, if he applies heal block to the enemies, which he does with his ultimate, is going to reduce their resistance by 50%. So we are doubling up on the value of our focuses, and this is going to be extremely important for Kestrel and for Dormammu to apply their negative effects. So you can see right here that with the Silver Surfer we have gain a 50% focus if this character has one or more cosmic hero allies, gain a 50% focus, and all other allies gain additional 50% focus. So this is going to give Silver Surfer 100% more focus, is going to lower the resistance of the enemies by 50% if they have heal block, and then it's also going to give additional 50% focus for other characters. Okay, so this is going to be the main core of our team, but there is another character here that we need to add up, which is going to be Emma Frost. Emma Frost is still super relevant because she slows the speed of the enemies. And that's extremely important against the Darkhold, because every time your characters have a turn, the Darkhold will get 10% turn meter. So that's going to increase their speed by quite a lot. So you need to reduce their base speed to compensate this additional speed that they are getting. And this is also helpful because we are using two Mystic characters. So we are exactly on the limit of how many Mystic characters we can use against the Darkhold. Okay, so this is going to be the core of our team. Now, in the past, I've showed to you that you can use Sharon Carter on this team with Kestrel and with Dormammu, and she's going to help you win against the Darkhold. She has a stun, she has the ability block, and supposedly she has 5000% more focus on her ultimate ability, which is great. The problem is that if this ability gets blocked, and because she goes after Agatha Harkness, there is a very high chance that the ability, the ultimate or the special, even that they have insane amount of focus, there is a high chance that those abilities are going to get blocked, and because of that they're not going to be applied. But we are going to use Sharon Carter in this situation and see how exactly she performs against the Darkhold. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at this matchup. We have Sharon Carter in the middle. She shouldn't be in the middle because she doesn't have that much of survivability. And that's the biggest problem. That's why we are not going to use Sharon Carter long term in this matchup, exactly because of that. She doesn't have the survivability. She has that problem with the abilities being blocked by the deflects. So it's not something that overall we want to make. It's not guaranteed because we don't have any guarantees. It's an option that we can use, but it shouldn't be your main priority. Okay, so we have the ability block on Morgan Le Fay. We have the defense down on our enemies. Now we have to stun Wong. We have to stun Wong, or we have to ability block Wong. It's up to you. Preferably stun, but you can also ability block him. So because Sharon Carter, she is skilled, she will go before Wong, but you still want to stun with trauma on Wong just to make sure that he doesn't clear the slow or anything like that. And you can see that she did the stun, and that's it. This is the biggest problem with Sharon Carter. She's nice, she has that additional focus and so on, but she doesn't have the survivability. She's a character that we need to invest for raids, and that's all fine and dandy, but as you can see, without Captain Sam, without Mary Hill, she just doesn't have the survivability and she dies quite fast. So this is a problem that we need to fix. We need to look for different options that have more survivability and that can provide the same effects that she does without dying so fast. Okay, so we destroyed Strange Supreme. Now we are going to slap Wong on his defense down, and we get rid of Agatha, and now we are going after Morgan Le Fay. So you can see, like, Sharon Carter, she only needs to have a turn, but if we can have characters that have multiple turns, that's going to be beneficial for us. So we need characters that do the same, but with a lot more survivability. So this was the example with Sharon Carter. Okay, so as you saw, Sharon Carter, she's pretty okay. She dies way too fast. The stun is great, but as I mentioned, if it gets blocked, then you are done, and her utility is quite low because she doesn't provide anything for the team. Okay, so let's take a look at a different option. which she does the same things as Sharon Carter, or at least some of them, but she has a lot more survivability. And where is that? Okay, so we have right here, we have X23. So in case Wong or Morgan Le Fay or Agatha or whatever, they have deflects, that's fine, because the special of X23 bypasses those deflects. So even if they block, that's even better for us, because it's going to increase the chance of applying the ability block to them. And also, if we get any character below 50% health, that will allow X23 to go faster, that will give her more regeneration, that will give her a higher chance of getting evades, increasing her survivability, and that will also allow us to trigger the passive from Castle as often as possible. So let's take a look at X23 in action and compare it to Sharon Carter. Okay, so here we go with X23. She is in the middle, she's okay to be in the middle, but this is a level 75 X23, gear tier 14. So of course, the higher you get her, the better it will be, because she definitely doesn't have a good survivability at level 75 gear tier 14. And as I mentioned, if we can double up on the value of these characters, it's going to be great. So we are going to apply ability block to Morgan Le Fay, and we are going to do the same as before. We are going to apply some negative effects to Morgan Le Fay, Agatha, and Wong. Of course, depending on the position of the characters, you might have to adjust these. And you saw this time we got turn rewinded on Dormammu. So this is actually a big deal, because it will not allow us to apply the trauma with the trauma early on. But we are going to apply ability block to Wong, and that ability block alone is enough for you to win the match. So now we are going to slow the enemy characters. Emma Frost, she also gets additional focus from Silver Surfer, so keep that in mind. And now we are going to stun Morgan Le Fay, because we don't want her to do any retaliation attacks or anything like that. So you want to make sure that she's stunned. Okay, so now we are going to go full damage on Agatha. Here I used the ultimate. It wasn't necessary. Most of the times the basic is better. And now with the X23 we are going to use her ultimate. She went faster because one of the characters dropped below 50% health. And she'll up for a little bit more and so on. So you can see that X23 is way better than Sharon Carter in terms of survivability, and also because she goes a lot faster. Okay, so we are getting slapped with Dormammu. Now we'll up the entire team, and this is going to give speed up to all characters. And you can see that Morgan Le Fay, she already got wrecked. And now we are going to remove the most dangerous characters, which are going to be Strange Supreme and Scarlet Witch. After those are gone, we are pretty much done. X23, once again, she gets 2 additional turns because of all the characters going below 50% health. And now you just have to slowly tap on this Wong, and you can see way better than when we compare it with Sharon Carter, way more consistent, once again because the special bypasses those deflects that the Darkhold has. Okay, so X23, she's a lot better than Sharon Carter, and that's a great thing because her survivability is just great. And she doesn't have just use on this team. You can use her together with X Factor, or with, to be honest, you can use her together with any other characters. She has synergies with X-Men, she has synergies with X-Force, not X Factor. But you can also use her with X Factor because of her crit chance, and because when the characters go down, she goes faster. And you can also use her with a Weapon X. So there are a variety of teams where you can use her, and without having to level up the X-Force, which right now is a trash team. And she also has 600,000 HP, which keeps her not MSF 3.0 by any means, but between MSF 2.0, let's say MSF 2.0. Okay, so as you saw, X23 pretty legit. Now, can we improve even more on that? Can we use other character that is even better than X23? And the answer is yes. And this character is going to be very good on these specific situations that we have right now on the screen. So let's use Spider-Woman. Okay, so maybe you have seen Dorky Dad trying to use Spider-Woman and failing because he's using Spider-Woman and Sharon Carter. And this is why I said that Silver Surfer is an exploit here because of Kestrel, he's going to give 50% more focus to everyone, and also because of his heal block, he's going to reduce the resistance of the enemies. So we are doubling up on the value, and we are increasing the possibilities of Spider-Woman to apply her negative effects to the Darkhold. So this is way better. Yes, you need to have her Skirmisher isolate on her, and but you are going to see that she's going to be a lot better with Silver Surfer instead of Sharon Carter. The DuArktik version is Spider-Woman and Sharon Carter, but you'll see that Spider-Woman and Silver Surfer is the best option. And in terms of utility, what she can do compared to X-23, she applies the ability block the same way that X-23 does, but with her ultimate you can extend the trauma and the stun that you might have on Morgan Le Fay or Wong or whatever you want. She also has healing on turn, so that's also great, and on top of all of that, she was also part of the Famine Scourge, so you had a good reason to invest in this character. And some people use this character with Sharon Carter, but they have like 6 yellow stars, 7 yellow stars or whatever, but you can see right here that mine is 5 yellow, 5 red. And this is a huge deal because it means that even if you are a free-to-play, even if you have this character at 4 yellow, 4 red, you are going to be able to pull up this combo and defeat the Darkhold with this team. Once again, the exploit here is the Silver Surfer. The fact that he gives so much focus to the team, even to Emma Frost, that's amazing and that's a game changer. Okay, so now let's take a look at Spider-Woman in action. Okay, so here we go, Spider-Woman in action, and the kill order on this situation is completely different from the other one because Spider-Woman goes before anyone else, and because she has a turn, she's going to make the Darkhold to go a lot faster. So Morgan Le Fay should go before Silver Surfer, which is something that wouldn't happen before. Okay, so we ability block Morgan Le Fay. Now we are going to ability block Wong, and this is to prevent him from doing the taunt. Even that it only lasts 1 turn, because after he does the basic and he clears that, that's fine. What is important is to stop him from taunting. Okay, so you can see right here, this is not the best performance. I have done a lot better than this. We got way too many negative effects on us, but that's fine. We are going to stun Morgan Le Fay. We don't want her to do any of her abilities. We don't want her to do literally nothing. So we are going to stun her. Wong is still ability blocked, and we are going to slap that defense down on Agatha, Morgan Le Fay, and Wong. And then it's the usual stuff. You want to trigger as often as possible the passive of Kestrel, and here we extend the trauma and the stun on Morgan Le Fay, which is very, very important. Like if you can keep Morgan Le Fay locked with that trauma and stun, is just a easier way to victory. And this is why Spider-Woman, she has an advantage over X-23. And she also has a little bit higher stats, not a lot higher, but a little bit higher. X-23, she has the evades, that's also helpful. She also goes a little bit faster when characters start to drop down, but as you can see, this one is like super consistent, and now we are going to slap that Wong and Strange Supreme, and now we just seal the deal against Scarlet Witch. So as you can see, these two different options are quite great. But once again, who does all the work, who does the exploit is Silver Surfer. So yeah guys, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Easy exploit that you can use right now with your characters in order to defeat the Darkhold on Cosmic Crucible. If you follow the kill order that I mentioned, the ability order and so on, you'll do just fine, especially if you have the Spider-Woman version. But like I mentioned, if you also have the X-23 version, is not as good, but it's still pretty good. And in case you gear up like X-23 in the past, she's also going to perform pretty well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found information helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.